What's up, guys? I wanted to come on here and talk about the recent MLB action. There hasn't been a lot, but a couple of big blue chip starting pitchers off the market. I've talked about the Aaron Nola one, but Sonny Gray signed with the St. Louis Cardinals, 3 years, $75 million. And would I loved Sonny Gray? Yes. But for people saying that's it, 3 years, $75 million is a 25 per year for a 34-year-old pitcher that has had a lot of injuries in the past. And let's face it, a lot of inconsistencies until he kind of got with Minnesota. So those are the two primary targets that have been linked to the Braves, but that's something that kind of grinds my gears about the offseason. When your team doesn't do something, or a big ticket free agent signs with another team, you're like, well, we couldn't have done that? Well, obviously not. It takes two to tango on every single deal, and $25 million per year for a 34-year-old pitcher, that's a little steep even for me. Would I have loved it? Yeah. But would I have had reservations? For sure. I would have. And the Cardinals also inked Lance Lynn to a 1-year, $10 million deal last week. He's a home run giving up factory, but maybe good vibes back in St. Louis where he had the majority of his success. And Kyle Gibson's a nice veteran get, 1 year, $12 million for the St. Louis Cardinals. So definitely a revamped Cardinals rotation, and the reports are they're not done. But there's a lot of wear and tear on those arms, and yes, a lot of experience, but one injury, and they're kind of in dire straits. So yes, it's revamped. Yes, it's better than what they had, technically, but is it necessarily finished or scarier? No, I like the Sonny Gray signing for them, but I'm okay not getting into that. Besides, you've got a lot of options still. Michael Walker, Seth Lugo, Eduardo Rodriguez, Yamamoto, Ohtani. Those are two really big ticket. Snell, Tyler Glasnow is one. He would scare the bejesus out of me injury wise. And all of these guys come with risk, obviously, because you just never know what's going to happen. And you always need, when you think you have enough pitching, you need more. And I trust Alex Anthopoulos that he's going to find the right deal, find the right guy, and find the right fit for the locker room. He always has. Some of them haven't always worked out. You're not going to bat 1,000. But he's done pretty darn well, so I'm going to trust that he'll find a guy. And obviously maybe there's guys that we're not thinking about. Logan Gilbert. Tyler Skirble. I definitely didn't say that right, but a youngster from Tigers has been bantied around. But again, we got a lot of prospects, as well. Elder, you could use in a trade. Hurston Waldrop, I really wouldn't want to use in a trade. Or AJ Smith-Shawver, but again, prospects are just prospects until they prove themselves. So, but Dylan Cease also kind of scares me, because A, he's a Boris client, B, he would only be 2 years, and that's going to be a hefty price tag, and he's been a little bit more inconsistent than we're used to seeing. Yes, is he a Strider prototype kind of thing and have the same repertoire and would be a really good get? Yeah, but his numbers don't have me doing cartwheels or backflips or any of that nature, so I'm just going to trust Alex Anthopoulos. He's going to find pitching, and maybe we'll have to... I mean, we used 16 pitchers last year and still won 104 games, and Alex Anthopoulos didn't go Grim Reaper on our roster with the getting rid of players that he didn't believe were part of our future just to sit idly by, I don't think, because there's 9 empty spots on the roster still, so something is going to happen. It's going to be fun to see whether we understand it at the moment or are excited about it at the moment or whatever the case. It's going to be fun to see, and I have full trust in that, and we just all need to take a breath. The winter meetings are December 4th, so there might be some more dominoes to fall. But other teams, Kenta Maeda, 2 years, $24 million to the Detroit Tigers. I really kind of like that for Detroit. A nice veteran piece. 6-8 last year with only 21 games pitched with a mid-4 ERA. But if he stays healthy with the youngsters that the Detroit Tigers have in their rotation and what they have coming up through their pipeline, that's going to be a really nice veteran get for them. Pretty good value, too, because starting pitching is like gold, and it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. We've already seen it with the deals that have already happened. Jason Hayward, 1 year, $9 million to return back to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was maybe a dark horse candidate for the Braves in left field. Did not happen. But we really haven't seen a lot of movement from position players necessarily yet. Eugenio Suarez to the Diamondbacks for a backup catcher for the Diamondbacks from the Seattle Mariners for Sevi Zavala, a nice backup catcher, and a right-handed pitcher. Vargas, it's an interesting deal for the Mariners because they've lacked offense for a while outside of Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez. So taking 22 homers and 96 RBIs is a little interesting, but they did get rid of 425 strikeouts. If you combine Suarez and Teoscar Hernandez, Suarez had led the majors in strikeouts the past 2 seasons. Maybe a change of scenery and a different ballpark will help Suarez in that realm. And the Diamondbacks are getting a lot of good power there. So that's a nice deal for them. But the Mariners also shed 11.5 salary-wise, I believe. So that helps as well. Jerry Dipoto is always interesting in what he does. So that's my thoughts on that. And the only other minor deal was Adam Kolarek, relief pitcher, 1-year deal with the Los Angeles Angels. So that is the quick notes of everything MLB wise, the Sonny Gray, Cardinals, how that affects the Braves, all of that in one video. As always, go Braves, champions forever, and Alex Anthopoulos we trust. And I will continually keep you guys updated with probably weekly hot stove videos for across the league. So be on the lookout for that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Helps out a lot. Thanks, guys.